No problem.
Hi, thanks for dropping in with Christine Kiproff, and I am from Social Market Media. And I'm here with the fabulous Pauline Masson. Is that how I say it correctly? It sounds more French than it does,
Yes,
right? Do you get that?
it is.
It is French? Okay.
It is French. Yes, that's right.
Between us on this Zoom call. So I'm just going to quickly get right down to business, if that's okay with you. Yes?
Sure, that
Yes?
sounds good.
Okay. Well, you're looking lovely today, I must say, and you work so hard, really. And it's very hard to juggle a family or friends and stay dedicated to your work. And you've been doing this for what, 8 years now?
Yeah, so I would say, yeah, it's 8 years now since I graduated from university in Canada, which was Carleton University.
Oh,
I was a software development student and decided that I didn't want to work for anyone except for myself. That's what I did.
so you found that right in university. Yeah. Well, that's a party school, you know. That school's a party school. But I didn't go there. I went to Guelph University, but no matter. I wasn't studying this at all. Were you studying this to begin with? Marketing?
Software developer. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's what all my friends are. And now I founded an app, so that's how it all came about.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I didn't go that route. I've only been trying to work at this for about 2 or 3 years. So having you come on board, I'm really, really grateful to you because of the time difference as well. It's been a little bit of a challenge to get together, but people really want to know more about Shopkeeper, and they want to know, of course, people want to know how to get involved with Amazon, because the beginning with Amazon is really tricky, I think, as a newbie, uh, for somebody that's fairly new at it. Um, it's not so much getting into the program, but it's how to do the advertising and keep relevant. And I was doing drop shipping, which didn't work at all because of the time, you know, to come from China to get into wherever in the US or Canada. And what were you doing? Were you
Right.
pre-buying things and putting them in a warehouse?
Just like it takes 10 to 14 days and sometimes 30 days to deliver. So that didn't quite work well for
Oh, you
me.
did that too.
And
Yeah, horrible. So I don't advise people to do
yes,
that, even though they
I then moved on to private label. Yes.
yeah. So later, for me, I bought like 6 or 7 products, not a huge amount, and then tried to do it that way with Amazon. But I didn't really take off. I've gone a different direction. I'm with Shopify, and then I do affiliate selling. What about you? What are you doing the most?
So I my first batch of products I ordered from AliExpress.com. So I just ordered 100 units and was waiting 17 days on sale on Amazon. I was thinking that it's not going to work, but it actually ended up working pretty nicely. And that first product ended up selling like for a year and a half. So it was pretty good first product actually.
Very good.
It didn't end up failing like many of my friends' first
Yeah.
products have failed.
So it's hard to stay. Well, you did well on your first launch, so that's fine. And I started to do it, but I put out too much money in the beginning. Um, so what do you think people start up? Uh, how much money should they have in their bank account just dedicated to Amazon to begin with?
Unfortunately, Amazon is business. So if I tell you now that you need $5,000 to start with, that's including your first purchase, shipping, and the ads to advertise your product, that's about $5,000 first investment. But that's 3 months you will be running out of stock, right? And then you will basically have to reorder already. So then another 5,000, and more if the sales are growing up. And then after that, 2 months later, again and again and again. So you just keep investing and investing, and basically you are not drawing any salary in the beginning for at least a year. You are reinvesting everything back. And people say, well, what if I don't reinvest? What if I just pull the money out? I want my salary right away. Well, then you basically kill your growth. You really just slow down your growth. You will run out of stock. Your rankings will drop if you're out of stock for a long time, and then to come back to good rank is pretty hard. So you have to stay in stock. And yeah, sometimes you will get a product that is not so successful. So then again, you'll have a lot of break even, or just lose that investment overall. So that first 100 units, so again that money is lost. So some money should, it's really, really, even those friends of mine that make like 8 figures right now, 8 figures a year they're making on Amazon, and they are still borrowing from friend service, borrowing more money, put it all in the inventory, because it never stops, this reinvestment. So you have to be thinking that process very early on, that where you're gonna get the investment, the money for it.
Well, that's not what we hear when we're starting out. Did you hear that you had to do that starting out?
Well, it ended up being this way. Yeah.
Well, thanks for your honesty.
It is.
And to the point, because a lot of people,
they just have
their back is against the wall, and they think, okay, this is going to be my quick money release, and this is how I'm going to support my family. And yeah, it's tricky. So I thank you for your honesty. So then you started your own Shopkeeper store. Is that what it's called?
Shopkeeper is an app for Amazon sellers. So because I was a software developer, I decided that I need to, there are like 72 different fees on Amazon that they're charging us, some refund processing fee, some other fee, and the Seller Central for you. You have to pull many, many different Excel sheets, reports in different time zones, and combine it all together. So I made this little app for myself, just for personal use, that I automatically pulls all those fees together and shows me the profit any moment I log in, so I don't need to calculate. So I spent some time doing that myself. Okay, and later started asking, Visca. Now, yes, now it has become a commercial product. So we hired initially 2 years ago. So now it's a proper successful product. It's we have a lot of customers, that are using our product every day. It also does inventory forecasting and many other different things that it hasn't done in the initial version.
Wow.
So yeah.
Very good. Very good. Well, so this education in the beginning, even though you didn't use it, well, you are using it. So it was a good course for you to take. And do you advise people to take some sort of marketing courses?
I'm sorry.
Well, in the beginning, when you went to Carleton University, that course actually worked out for you in the long run.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, because I am still a developer, and that's, to run a software business, to be a software developer. There are many friends of mine who are running just with business background, but it's hard when you don't understand what the development team is telling you, how hard it's going to be, what is involved in it. It's pretty, it's going to be pretty challenging. So it's much better that you come yourself from an engineering background, so that you understand what they're talking about. Even though I'm not doing any coding myself anymore, I just focus on the marketing. But it's important to still understand
because it takes a lot
but it's
of time.
fun. I like this business very much. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Right.
How many hours do you think you're putting in a day?
Oh, like everything I got, basically. But of course, I have 2 small children, so I have developed a schedule that I spend enough time with them and with my husband. So Saturday is just for my husband the whole day. Evening is with children together. So family day for all 4 of us. And then 2 days a week, I spend longer evenings in the office. So that's when I come home only at 9 p.m. That's when grandparents are watching the kids after school. So essentially, I am spending 3 evenings during a wife, and then Saturday, Sunday. So that's like my schedule. It becomes still, it's a lot of hours that I put into the business. Maybe say not on the weekend. On the weekend, another 4 hours after the kids are asleep, I go back to work. So it's
And is your
actually
husband
takes up a
working with
lot of
you?
my time.
So that's part of a challenge with friends that don't understand this business. You really, I find that I'm letting people go because my mind is opened, but it's focusing on this, and they're they're retired, you know, they're retired and they're losing their energy. And I'm learning all the time, and I find it fascinating, and it's keeping me relevant to the current thing. You know, I'm 66, so I'm a little older to get into this. I started when I was 64, I think I started doing this. So, you know, it does take time to grow. Um, have you let a lot of those kind of people go, and you're just networking more and befriending people in this business?
Yeah, I find that my core friends, my 2 core girlfriends from when I was young, they're still there. We do WhatsApp every day and things like that. But the new friends, like those, they are sort of temporary. While I was a university student, I had one circle of friends.
Right.
University ended, and I
Drifted
was a
apart.
startup founder. Yeah. And then when I started the company, then I had all these other startup beginners, right? Since I've noticed that they are changing as I'm growing, because I grow to a level when, okay, now I'm gonna, sell my company for a couple $1,000,000, and now my friends are around me, those families for a lot of money, and I grow with them. So all these other people who are just, like a coffee shop, who's still on the same, we don't have so much in common anymore, and
Hmm.
it's hard to even make time for meeting together. So I keep putting, I guess my friends are my mastermind friends, whoever I choose to mastermind with. Like,
Yeah.
I always choose a little bit smarter than me and
Yes.
a little
Yes.
bit more advanced in the entrepreneurship journey. And then those other friends, I sort of outgrow them. So
Yes.
there are these changes that you're talking about
But
happening
if you don't
naturally.
stay
Yeah.
up to their level, like I realize that you're a friend of someone I just saw in your friendship thing that I met and worked in Hawaii with Wilfred. I can't remember his last name. Do you know who I'm talking about? He's German.
Wilfred,
I think he's German.
which company is
Wilfred,
that?
what's his
Oh
last
yeah,
name?
that's
Well, I
right.
just saw him in your friendship list,
How
and
do
I
I
thought, oh,
just
he's a pretty smart kid.
something just
No matter, no matter. I'll
Wilfred
see if I remember his
Lightheart.
last name.
Right. Is it, yeah, digital blacksmith guy. Yeah, his last name is Lightheart. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah,
Digital blacksmith. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, so it is a whole network of people, and traveling. I find that so fascinating to be able to go over, and I usually take a couple extra days because I want to see the areas that I'm going to. When I went to Hawaii, I took a couple extra days. I went to China, I took a couple extra days so that I could also see the area, because you're working long hours when you're networking with these people, and your brain has to catch up. You know, so
It takes time to unwind, so to say. Even I come back to my family, it's still on my mind. Like, that unwinding process takes at least an hour after work to get into that clear mind. Otherwise, my husband's telling me something, my kids are showing me their drawings, I'm still like so busy with the thoughts that I have from the business. It's hard
yeah,
to switch over.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
so
alone now, so it's not as hard for me. But I can't imagine with a little child, because they take a lot of time. I'm in somebody else's house babysitting their dog, and even that is, the dog
yeah.
it's a big shepherd, so it needs a good run, you know, a couple times a day. And it's like, oh, I got a break now, and then you get back
Yeah.
into the mode. It's amazing, but it's so fascinating at the same time that you don't want to stop.
It is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so like you feel like you're creating something from scratch. Like, I'm a developer developer. So you take the black screen, you write something, and the magic happens. You build not like from nothing, you build something, and that's such an amazing feeling. It's so addictive. You don't want to leave that, and it's just it's hard to get to
Yeah.
life from that
So what
type of
kind of
work. Yeah.
personality do you think needs to be in this business? Like, I want people to realize if it's not for them, so they don't put in their $5,000 or, $25,000 to start off with. And since you've been in it and you know quite a bit of psychology, do you not?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
So, what kind of personality do you think is best at this? Or does that matter?
It matters a lot. There's like two types of personalities, right? The one is entrepreneurial kind who's very creative. Those people can easily come up with 100 ideas every day, and they just keep on to stick with one and or take up some job that is consistently repeating the same thing. They can't. Like they feel like they okay for first 4 months no problem, but after that learning curve is over and it's boring. They want to move on. They just can't sit in one place. That's the entrepreneur kind. But there's this other kind that is sort of
Okay.
opportunist, opportunist who wants to, or looks at that friend who's entrepreneur and says, oh, I want the same, what should I do, tell me, help me, and they can't really come up with ideas without copying someone and consistently repeating something over a long time. So I would not suggest for that type of person jumping into entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is not really following a set of rules. It's going out of the rules and defining new rules that have not been defined yet. So you will walk the waters that nobody has swum before, and you will try to find opportunities there, and you'll have to use all creative power you got. So you can't be the person who's asking friend, oh, can you tell me what idea I should do? Or I am bored, I have nothing to do, tell me what there are these people who you feel like they are so bored always and you have to
Yeah.
entertain them.
But
So
what about
you
like
should be
I
that
seem to be
entrepreneur kind who is so creative.
so I seem to be the shiny object girl, a little bit different. Oh, that's interesting, but I haven't finished this thing over here. So I go over there for a while because it's fascinating and it's interesting and it keeps me stimulated, but that doesn't help me to grow. It so I think there's a different personality. It's a mix between them. I get so excited about things, and then I learn something new, but I go off on a tangent. So, is that an entrepreneur type?
It is exactly entrepreneur kind.
Oh, okay.
It's just that I
Okay.
guess
Good.
if you surround yourself with those people who can implement your ideas, like you will be just coming up with many ideas, shiny object, and then delegate to the team. Another shiny object, delegate to the team, and you'll have a
Then
lot
I
of
get
nice
the money
businesses
to
going.
delegate to the team. Right now I'm a kind
So
of a
you,
I
yeah,
hire
you
little things at a
start
time.
with.
But I need to. So I do ask people, what they do to make me get on the right path and stop doing that shiny object thing. So I do still need a mentor, and the dog barks a lot. So I hope I see you. He barks a
I
lot.
can
He barks
hear
like a
him.
leaf, and he's a big shepherd, and he just looks like he's come down to make some trouble. So do you work at? I work in the house all the time. Do you work in your house?
No, in my husband works from home too, so he stays in the house, and I go to a rental place, which I call my
Okay.
office, which is just an apartment that I have a little CPU out there, and I just work all day long from the
It's
office
your
and then go home. I
quiet
like
apartment.
the
It's your
routine.
home. Neat,
Yeah,
neat.
it's
Never,
so much better because no one comes over for tea. There is no distractions whatsoever. You
I
just
just don't
focus
answer the
on
door.
work. Yeah.
I've gotten to the point where I'm in a house. So I put in the front of the house that I can see who's out front. And if it's the person that talks too much about their problems, personal problems, I might schedule them in. I can't see you now, but I'll see you Wednesday, just like a Zoom call, right? So yeah, you've got to knock that time out. And yes, people think that you're a little sharp and
Right.
you like blunt, and you have to move away from those people because they drain your energy, and you need a lot of energy in this. So I want you
Exactly.
to
It's just,
text me back. I want you to text me back your link so that when I put this out there, I can put your link in as well. And for your shopkeeper, if they need to purchase that, if they have the money to purchase that. Is it a lot? How much is it?
okay. I could give you a special for your show, 6 months free trial, 180 days free trial.
Oh, wow, that's huge.
So it's usually from $20 to $250. Yeah. So they
Oh,
could
that's very
get it
generous of you.
180
Thank you.
days
Yeah, well,
free.
send me that link so that they can get that. And if they
Okay.
want to at least try it out, that's fabulous. And you developed it all yourself.
No, it's actually a team of developers that's working on it. I am not, I just am like the visionary,
Oh, that's
not
excellent.
actually sitting down and doing the. Yeah.
That's great. What does your husband do?
He's a video editor. It's
Oh, so
very convenient
basically he
because I do a lot of.
understands what your process is so that he can
Oh,
help you
yes.
with some of this. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yes.
Because if you get the wrong spouse,
Yeah.
give me a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We are
So
partners in this. Yeah.
yeah, it can be. I'm glad I'm alone actually now at this stage of my life because it seems that they're draining me a lot. Because I'm a natural caregiver. I want to help people and with different things, but it can drain your energy as well. So yeah, yeah. So what else
Exactly.
are
Need
you
some
focusing
time
on
alone.
now?
What topic?
No,
What
yeah.
am
What
I?
are
What
you
was your question?
focusing on? Yes, on what topic are you focusing most on now?
So I like because I started doing videos a few months ago. I realized to try and learn how to grow the social media influence. So
Yeah.
I'm tracking. I have few subscribers here, few subscribers there. So I'm just learning all kinds of tactics that I can grow the influence and provide value that people would want to share, want to subscribe. So learning that little by little.
Yes, well, that's where I'm going as well. So it does take a while, and you need to research the people a little bit more than I did on you. I'm sorry. Uh, but to be able to ask the questions because you have so much knowledge in so many areas. And, for me to be able to extract all that information from you. So can you just give me a bit of your background maybe on how I know you went to school, but you're living now where? In the Ukraine?
So no, I was born in Lithuania, but then lived in Canada for 15 years. And
Oh,
then we moved to Turkey, so I already live in Turkey. We sort of retired, so to say. Because you know why? Because in Canada, when you ask someone, what is your dream in life? What you want to do, after 60 years old? And most of them say, I'll move to Florida and buy a house on the waterfront. That's the answer. And then my husband says, why should we wait? Let's go now back home and buy a house on the waterfront. And it's so much more affordable in Turkey, So we did.
yeah.
And
And
now
you're
we are
glad?
here.
And you're happy there
Yeah.
overall?
It's very different lifestyle, yes.
Yes.
Very, very enjoying, very much. Plus the family is closer and, I have grandparents here and it's really good, yeah. We really enjoy it. Warm, swimming, those evenings that I mentioned that I spend with the kids?
Yeah.
Most of the time we go swimming together and spend on the beach and then come back to the house and have dinner and go sleep, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's interesting. That's good. That's really good. So I don't want to take a lot of your time. You're a very busy lady, but I just want to get a couple of points out for people and get your website and a Shopkeeper app for that. And I will put it out for all of us to be able to grow together because that's the main thing is yes, I like to help people, you like to help people, but we still need to network with people that are on that same path, that want to go on that path, and meet up with you
Exactly.
one day in one of these conferences. That's what I really like, is going to these events, because um, get to travel, and you're still with like-minded people, and it doesn't matter. You can go and do a personal thing and have a dinner, but you're still networking.
Exactly. I love those events. One of my friends, Augustas, he's also Lithuanian, and he's organizing a lot of events like European Seller Conference, Seller Israel, Seller Fest Lithuania, Seller Fest, and so on. So I really like going to his events, and you start seeing the same group of the
And they
same
become
people
your
come over,
friends.
and you feel like, yeah, they become your friends, and then it's the only people who understand exactly what your life is, not the other friends, it's those friends, and then you just keep going because it's community. You feel like you belong somewhere, and it's a very nice feeling. Yeah.
Because a lot of people, a lot of women in my age group anyway, uh, any are afraid to travel alone, but you're not alone, is what I tell them. You're with all these
Yeah.
like-minded people that maybe the first one's too big for you. Mine was too big when I went to, for me at that time, I was too new when I went to Vegas for the Amazon conference. And gave me energy, but I didn't meet up with like-minded people. When I started to go to the smaller ones, when I went to China and you're with a 50 group or something like that, is when I started to bond with people and learn more. And, and now I could probably go to a bigger one because I know what it's all about. So do you find that people start off thinking that they'll just get it through osmosis or something, and they don't realize that they have to apply themselves?
I don't know. It's just, I guess in the beginning of our entrepreneurship journey, it's scary to go meet people. Like, what you gonna say, how you gonna talk, it's scary that beginning, But once you make the first leap of faith, then it's like just naturally flowing. Once you're already going that direction, it just flies you there. You don't need to do anything anymore. Once you just started a conversation with someone, then someone else joins in, then that person says, oh, let me introduce you to this person as well, and it just goes from there. That's it. You've done your job. Just
Yeah.
make the first little step, and then that's it.
Right.
you know
So before we close off, is there anything else that you would like to add that I may not know about you that people would be fascinated to know? Is that too big of a too
so
open-ended question?
if I guess if you just look me up on YouTube, you'll find a lot of content that I upload. Yeah, my most popular topic that I do is pricing psychology. So if you Google that up, pricing psychology by Paulina Masson, you'll find content as an Amazon seller, how to define your prices and how to think about pricing in general. So that's where you can learn more.
Learn more. Well, send me your links, and I will let you go. Thank you so much for your time. You're a beautiful woman inside and out. I can tell that. And I'm so glad that you accepted this podcast with me. I really am. But I don't want to hold you up. It must be getting time to go swimming with those kids, right? For you?
Yes, that's right. Thank you very much, Christine, for
Thank you.
inviting me to your show.
Oh, all
Thank
right.
you.
I'll let you go. Bye bye for now.